All right, all right. It is Saturday. Wake up, wake up, wake up, everybody. It's another episode of Mornings with Movers. And I'm Dwyght with Mack's Movement Training. We have Clifford Starks, the motivational coach. We have Phil
Yep.
Diamond, all about moving Tampa Bay. What up, y'all?
What up? What up?
So what's the tea? What's been going on in the industry? Obviously, I've been away from it from a little bit.
Yeah, a roller coaster ride.
That's about right.
Hang on. It's very difficult right now staying consistent, man. It's tricky.
Mhm.
It's tricky, to not over market and what I'm learning is, your marketing dollars, of course, in the summer is not as expensive as your slower months, and trying to get that kind of averaged out to where you're not overdoing it, and you're just burning money up, marketing in the winter, man, is it's tricky, man.
Mhm.
For us, man, it seems like people are just falling on certain days, man. It's wild, man. It's like, man, all these jobs on this one day.
Yeah. Ha- Have you considered, so in the winter months, I know we went from 7 to 6 days. Have you considered consolidating a week where you can get the most impact out of your week versus being open 7 days?
No, honestly, dude, just taking whatever, you know, no matter what it is, Sundays are generally not as busy for us anyway. Not even in the summer. Even, we don't even really run in the summer on Sunday, occasionally, just depending on the jobs,
Yeah.
But
Remember
you
that
know,
men remember that mental piece we talked about, Phil? You need that one day of rest, where you shut down everything.
I know, man. It's difficult, man. I got a lot of stuff going on, so you know, I can see the light.
Hopefully in a good way,
I know, man. Just not the day, boy. I'm talking. I maybe got 45 minutes of sleep last night, buddy.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he gonna see the back of his eyelids today.
Oh man. As soon as I get off here, bro. Yeah.
What about yourself, Cliff? What have you been noticing?
Man, it's same thing Phil's saying, the roller coaster. I know Curtis is going to be meeting with his GM once a week, 1 hour. He really likes putting systems in place, and he likes the system working. He puts people in the system, so he's meeting with the GM, and he feels that's going to help it flow a little bit better, just because he's conditioning him on how to think, what to look for, what not to look for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a process.
All right. So what has been your role in the company now?
For me, I just help with the sales and the marketing still.
Okay.
Really focusing.
Any
Yeah,
areas of improvement there?
Staying pretty consistent as we go through this process, because he has all the pieces that he needs. It's just, is he going to act on them? He's got 12 kids. He's been married for 15 years. I really think if he starts using that effectively, he can market to anyone and anything, because he's really good at systems because he's been forced to be.
Gotcha.
You don't have 12 kids and not have good systems in place. That's a nightmare.
Are you playing that now? Are you playing the role of a sales manager in the company, or more like a sales rep?
Just the side sales, because I actually changed my name to Inner Warrior Coach.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really focusing in on building that business. And so I only have so much energy to apply to his.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes sense. You can't be everywhere and do everything.
No, and that's, me and him are both learning that on a consistent basis. When you start stretching your attention, life gets drastically harder.
Yeah, shoot. I had a meeting all day yesterday. As soon as I get home around like 6:30, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I got time to talk about anything and everything, relax with the wife and everything. And then all of a sudden it's like 7 o'clock comes. One of my coaching clients like, hey, we doing this coaching call tonight? I'm like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I should have put
Yeah.
that in my calendar. I thought I did. But hey, just when we think we got free time, we ain't got no free time. What's that?
I literally have my entire Saturday booked up. My wife is coming back home from Chinle. And yeah, if you don't intentionally take the time to give yourself breaks, you'll fill your time with things to do. And that's sometimes not good either. Everything got to be intentional.
No, it definitely
And we
makes
live and we
sense.
learn as we go through it.
Yeah.
You know,
Agree.
if we could envy anybody, I would say we got to envy Cliff because they don't make no damn sense how busy he be. And we know it's early as hell in the morning where he at. We do the morning show at 8 o'clock. Cliff like, oh, I gotta get off at 9. I got a meeting. Like, ain't it like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock over where you at?
Man, that joke, he's meeting all. That's
6
what
o'clock.
happens when you meeting all over the world.
Yeah.
Nah, so is it your goal to be more like a motivational speaker on stage?
So the biggest thing, what I'm looking to do, I do want to speak from stage, but I want to speak from stage to bring people into the back end. My back end, I kid you not, I'm creating something that can work for anybody. And what I mean by that, everything's way more of an internal game than an external game. We all think it's outside of us. It's not. It's inside of us. Now, getting people to realize that is another thing altogether. So what I'm going to do is focus in on, it comes down to your habits, and it comes down to letting go of pressure, transformational experiences. So when I speak on the stage, I want people to know I can do it and they can do it. And so Phil actually, he gave me a gift and said, Cliff is a Wikipedia page. And I fought in the UFC. Now, here's the thing. We're all way more capable than we give ourselves credit for. The problem, we try and give ourselves credit for a day, 2 days. We have our resolutions. Woo! I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. And then life hits us. And the juggle becomes real again.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying, you know what if I can live my best life? What does that look like? We go, I just don't have the time. I got to do this over here.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do this. So I can't change who I am. So I'm going to get more of the same results that I get. The second we go, you know what? I'm making a shift. Who am I going to be so that I can be the person I want to be tomorrow or the next day? And it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks at first, but when you do it, it's freeing. And so when I connect, when I speak, it's like, hey, because I'm constantly looking for the best of the best. As I went through this process, I got to connect to both of you because I'm like, this is a game of when the best are on your team, you win. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
And we overcomplicate it.
No, it makes sense. Definitely not. I think like my fiance told me is like, don't wait till the New Year's to start, our challenge. Let's start it before the New Year's because hey, like you said, everybody get all riled up. Oh,
yeah.
January 2nd, we got this resolution. We're gonna be at Planet Fitness. We're gonna be working out. And by January 5th or 6th, you know what? I think I'm gonna take a day off. You know what? I'm entitled to a day. I've been working hard. And it's just they start slacking from there. It goes downhill.
Yeah. Now the crazy thing is, because I'm going through the process and I'm constantly learning and growing. For me, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I was actually doing too much busy work and not the work that provides traction. And if you stay in that space, it's hard to see it. That's the beauty of coaching. A coach can see things that you can't see, and you think you're doing it right because at one time that was right. But there's the sequence and the timing, and there's so much that goes to running a business. But ultimately, we build businesses for freedom. We want to be free, not locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you don't want to be behind a job.
Yeah. Yeah. We're like, crap, what did this turn into?
Yeah, no. I think I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and I was telling him, like, hey, you know what? We've been talking about this. We've been going back and forth about this for years. Whereas, like, you want more, but you kind of make up the excuses that why you can't have more.
Yeah.
And one of my cousins don't have kids, so there's no excuse why. It's like, well, hey, I want more, but obviously, for whatever reason, he's been living in the same circle, same revolving
Yeah.
circle all his life, and it's just like,
Mhm.
dude, you have no kids, you have no real obligations. There's no reason if you wanted more, you couldn't get more.
Yeah.
And for my cousin who do have kids, it's like, yo, at the end of the day, you got to put in. Again, I can't speak because I don't have kids on that level, but it's like one of those things where you have to find that time to put in, even if it's that 5 minutes of quietness.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want it bad enough, you're gonna go get it. If you don't
Yeah.
want it, yeah, you're gonna go through the same thing.
And that's the thing, like, ultimately, I'm asking you guys, I'm asking myself, I'm asking the audience, what's your dream? And when I say what's your dream, what's your real dream? What do you want to leave this world with saying, oh, I effing did that? I made that a reality.
Is that a question?
Yeah, that's the question.
All right, we're
What's
gonna
your dream?
we're gonna start with you, Phil, because you sleepy anyways.
Nah, man. I think me and Clifford kind of went through this before with I've been asked this question a couple of different times,
That's why Phil's going to be writing his book. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. This in my, I wish I could, this ADHD I got, man. I wish I could get it a little bit under control. But I bounce around a little bit too. I guess, man, it makes my character. I have to be able to multitask, especially with everything that I got going on. It's difficult. I guess it's a curse and a gift at the same time, is what I was told. But you both of you guys have heard me say, early retirement has always been, thing that I've always dreamed of doing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we don't get back is time. And
Yep.
we some people spend a lot of time, man, working, in their 80s, 70s, 80s. I mean, and that's just time we don't get back, man. And I know people like working and stuff, but I think, a lot of times, man, people are working because they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've made some really bad decisions in their life, bad investments, whether it's bad investments or whatever it may have been. But I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person, man. I don't want to have to work a job. I'd like to just do something that I would want to do. So
Yeah.
that would be, one of my biggest dreams, man. I've watched, family members, man, still today, 70s and 80s, man, still like trying to work a full-time job, and it's, a lot of poor decisions had been made along their journey. And it's sad. I mean, I'm in my 40s, man, and I mean, I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, but my engine actually starts at like 3:30. You know, I mean, a short 5 years ago, dude, I used to just pop out of bed, I'd be dancing and all kind of stuff. Now it takes a little bit, man, and that's kind of where my dreams are at, though, man. Pretty basic, man. That house with the white picket fence kind of dream.
Love it.
Yeah, no. I think my dream is still to be living in that sunshine state. You know
Yeah.
that.
Hey, as you shoveling snow and ice off your windshield.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez,
Sure.
man.
Sure. I can't wait to. I gotta show y'all that damn video I recorded when we had the snowstorm last week. It was crazy. I
Oh my
had
God.
I got caught out in a snowstorm on Tuesday of last week. And hey, guess what I was driving? I was driving my Mustang.
Mm.
So,
Nice.
I'm trying to follow somebody's path. They didn't plow the highways at all. So, I'm just trooping along in my Mustang trying to follow behind somebody else's path. And they going slow, they going fast, they going slow, they going fast. I'm like, I can't be going. I got to be consistent with this Mustang because once this Mustang stop, it's a wrap.
Oh
And then
yeah.
and then they had an exit. So I had to come off an exit, and the exit was on a hill. Oh, so this is what we doing. Where does hill come from? This hill ain't never been here. Nah. You start seeing stuff when you in the snow. So now my
Oh yeah.
Mustang tries to go up the hill, and all of a sudden, as soon as it hit that hill, the traction light comes on. Oh Jesus, I know what that means.
Oh yeah.
So next thing you know, the car just like, yep, started getting down, almost down to like 5 miles per hour. I'm like, oh, yep, this is gonna be fun. And then the car starts turning to the left, starts drifting to the left, starts drifting to the right a little bit. I'm like, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So everybody behind me can be patient. I'm gonna get it. Because if I stop now, ain't nobody help me push this car to the side of the road. And
Yeah.
but
They're the New Yorkers, boy. New Yorkers
uh-huh.
ride right on by you.
Oh
They
yeah,
got
no,
like,
a car definitely did. A truck, soon as he had that lane on the left hand side, he took that lane. I was like, oh,
man.
you just gonna watch me drift up this hill, huh?
See, if you'd have been here without Southern hospitality, somebody would have probably yanked you out with a chain or anything, a horse or anything would have pulled you out. Shoot,
You
the New
know,
Yorkers, boy, that's a
Different
different world.
attitude for different states.
they're a different breed out here. They're like, yeah, you should have came out prepared.
Yeah.
But
You
You
know it's sad.
dumbass. New
You
York,
know, you know what's
Florida.
sad.
Hey,
You know
honey,
what's
you
sad.
good? I got your back.
You know what's sad though. One of my guys are from New York, and I've heard this twice. You know what he told me, that if you give a New Yorker a very short period of a second to take advantage of a situation, they're gonna do it. I'm like, damn. He's like, brother, I lived there for 40 years. He's like, I'm telling you, New Yorkers or they're one of a kind. He was like, if you give them just a little bit, they gonna take it, all of it. I'm like, man.
yeah,
Don't
this
turn your
guy,
back, Dwyght. Don't turn it.
right? This guy told me about putting chains on my tires. I'm like, I never thought to put chains on my car tires, but I think they did come up with them. Not everybody think about it. Everybody's either driving a four-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive.
Mm.
Right.
So I'm like, well,
All
shoot,
wheel
huh?
all wheel drive pretty good to drive on snow? All
Oh,
wheel?
of course, of
Yeah,
Yeah.
course.
that's what I was thinking too.
But rear wheel definitely isn't.
Hell no.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll make it through. We got hopefully we got a couple more months. We got February and you got summer March. Sometimes it do snow in May, but it's only that one time. It's only one time. At one time it snowed on my birthday, May 6th. I was like, God damn, like, ain't man, that would motivate me more to move to Florida. And then it was just like hot every day out in Florida. I was like, yes, I could do this. I could do this.
A little bit much, man. Tell you, weighing out the pros and cons there.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
everything in Florida is expensive. I thought New York was expensive, and it is. You get one pasta bowl from Applebee's on Grubhub, it's like damn near $56-$70 almost. And it's like, God damn, they done chopped down on the food, but charge you almost triple the amount if you get delivery versus going to the store.
Mhm. See, you were down in South Florida too, man. So it is a little bit more expensive than like Central Florida, Northern Florida, man. It's expensive. Farther south you go, Miami's just, I mean, ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest growing area in our area, man, in Florida here is Sarasota, which is about 2 hours south of us, dude. And it's still, I mean, at this point, pretty inexpensive to live there. But boy, it's starting to build so much. I said, man, I can only imagine here in the next few years the prices of that area, man. And so rewind about 3 or 4 years ago, man, there wasn't enough moving companies in Sarasota. There was nothing there, really.
Mm-hmm.
And man, and it's a lot of guys out there killing it now. But what I've heard from here in the last 2 years, there was like 50 moving companies that moved in the area that quick.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous, bro.
So,
Yeah.
Now, well, no, I don't know. Florida's always been saturated with way too many damn movers to begin with. Especially for it to be unregulated the way it is. They talk about rogue movers this, rogue movers this. I feel like that state has nothing but rogue movers because it's a huge state that people can get away with little to nothing. Like you're a neighborhood mover. As long as you don't go crazy and go astronomically far, you just stay within your range. Ain't nobody telling on you. Anybody? Oh,
probably why it's so saturated. There's no bar to entry. They can just get in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go get a U-Haul truck and go.
I seen a guy posted his moving company name and then put LLC at the end. And I go and search, on Sun Business where you have to register at. And I'm like, why did he even put LLC behind it? He's not even this ain't even a registered business at all. Like,
you gotta make it look real.
That's exactly what I'm like, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, man. I see on a lot of the other groups, man, a lot of guys, man, are and I'm just a guy that kind of go look, I'm a consumer myself and I buy things. But a lot of these guys are complaining, we're slow and what are you guys doing to keep your repeat customers? Taking care of them. I mean, some of these guys just got horrible reputations. And I seen a guy post the other day, man, and the guy said, like, listen, I'm not trying to bash you, dude, but your company has a horrible reputation. Like, what do you think? We're trying to charge more. You can't charge more with a horrible reputation.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing, bait and switches and holding people's stuff hostage and, just all the horror stories that you hear, man. But, people are actually still doing this stuff, man,
Yeah, I think I called somebody out the other day about that where I was like, they wanted to mentor and other people and all this other stuff. And, I'm hearing that, well, like, I don't know, like one person said, yeah, I kind of regretted it because I looked online and they had an F rating with the BBB. I said, what the hell? So I was like, you know what? Let me be a fielder. Let me do some research. And I go online and the person has a 1 star wherever you look. Yeah. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell they still in business. And then on top of that, they're mentoring people.
Right.
So I asked them and they were like, yeah, I'm still in business. I'm just running remotely. What the heck? What the hell? You need to fire. You need to fire everyone. And if that's the case,
I just don't see how people sleep at night, bro. I mean, I would rather just be broke, dude. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I would rather just live a really basic life than it's just to a point of stealing, from a consumer of, oh yeah, we can move your 4-bedroom house 3,000 miles for $1,000. But you know what a lot of these guys say though? They turn it right back around on a consumer, right? And say, well, they should have knew better.
Yep. I got word. It's called justification. Yeah. Every human being will justify what they do. So they are sleeping just fine with terrible results. Don't get me wrong. But they are sleeping just fine because they are not you, Phil.
Yeah, no, not everybody's worried about the perfection method. They're worried about, hey, can we get this next dollar? And
Yep.
um, I don't think we can see your head, Phil, but
There it
yeah, no,
is. There you go.
no,
Oh yeah.
they're just worried about when can we get that next dollar or whatever the case is, and they're not worried about, oh, well, we can improve in this area. And I hate to say it, but I think it's more of the what do you call it? The minority business owners that don't want the help, but they're the hustlers. Some of them are hustlers, but it's the minority owned business owners that are the ones that could probably use the extra help, but don't want the extra help. And unless you have that ADHD or you got a sense of perfectionist in you where you're like, hey, everything got to be running smooth.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Everything has to be perfect, man. It has to be.
You know,
I mean, I don't know about
That's why I love Phil.
I
That's
don't
what I
know.
love about Phil so much. I love him. I do.
I don't know. I don't know about y'all, dude, but I mean, I
And
just, you know.
that's why I'm going to keep hassling him about writing a book, by the way. Got to keep throwing it out there every now and again. Yeah.
I know, boy. That's one thing about me, man. It's hard for me to make a commitment to something, dude, if I know that it may not happen immediately. You know what I mean? Because if not, I will let it drive me crazy. If I say, hey, I'm going to have this completed by March, right? If I
Yeah.
make that commitment, like with my other adventure that I'm working on, you guys know, we kind of had I mean, we've been shooting some scenes here and there, but we kind of had to put a little, I'm not even gonna say a pause, just kind of a not feeling it, bro. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got some other stuff going on, so I'm not happy go lucky Phil, and I'm not feeling like when they say I'm feeling myself, right? I'm not feeling myself.
No,
You know
and
what I mean?
it happens from time to time, day to day. You know, last year I realized when I looked at the results on December 31st of how I performed last year, business wise.
Yeah.
Only thing I could say is it's my fault, you know, because I had those I'm not feeling it days, you know, and you get what you put in. And that's what people think. Like one of my cousins asked me yesterday, he's like, yo, how much time do I have to put into this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I can't answer that question. You get what you put
Your
in.
life, your
Yeah.
whole life.
But you know what's so true though too? Like you can think about a thing one way and it could feel heavy as hell, right? And then when
Mhm.
you decide to think about it another way, all of a sudden it's not so heavy. And I start looking and questioning, like, respect to you, Dwyght, because you said it was me. Because that's what I got to say. It was me. Like, who do I need to be a better Cliff? And I know when I go around a bunch of tins, I'm ready to go. Like, all right, let's do this thing. Yeah, we got this. But if I'm just trying to do it by myself, it's heavy and hard
Mhm.
and
No, and I realized that as well. Like last year, 2023 was pretty bad year. You know, everything just hitting all at once the way it did last year. But hey, you know what? We got to make every day.
yeah,
And I know that Phil, I know you're working on your project or so like that. But hey, at the end of the day, it's all about collaboration. You know, because there's going to be those days where we don't feel motivated, and that's why we weren't supposed to necessarily be in business. We're in business alone as a sole entrepreneur, or a S corp LLC, but we're not really in business alone because we have a network of people around us.
yeah,
So, you know, whenever as a moving company owner, if I was in New York and I felt like, damn, I've been talking to these people, they're getting claims, things aren't looking up. Oh man, I just hung up on this customer because they was just yelling at me. You know, whatever the case is, you're like, feel like I'm in this alone, but you know what? Let me pick up the phone. Let me call Phil. Let me call, you know, one of my guys out in the South. And, you
mhm,
know, these guys would be like, yo, we all going through the same thing. You're not alone. And we all going to shine the next day. You know, this is what we do, you
mhm,
know? So, you know, you're never alone. It's just, hey, it's business, you know. Hey, this is the path we set for ourselves. We set to be different from everybody else. We could be out there working, and just not being different and not running a business, but being in the moving industry alone isn't, easy. What do you call it, Cliff? An easy thing, because the moving industry is just a tough place to be.
Oh yeah, a lot of spinning plates. So much respect to anyone who even gets into it, because sometimes they don't even know what they're getting into. Actually, most of the times they don't even know what they're getting into. So respect.
Yeah, Troy agreed with you, Phil, saying, "Yep, you got to give your life."
Yeah, man. Everything you got, man. You know. What
So,
sucks, man, is entrepreneurs, leaders. I think I learned this from Clifford there of we're the leaders, we're the lion. It's like
Yep.
when you're the man of your household, man, we can't show any weakness. Even when things are just horrible, man. Whenever you ain't even got money to make payroll. I mean, 'cause I've been there.
mhm.
No weakness. You cannot show.
Did you ever, Phil? Did you ever think that was just you when you like can't make fucking payroll? Like I gotta go on my savings. Like, did you ever think that
Man,
was a you thing? Like, am I doing something wrong?
man, I started thinking somebody was stealing money out of the account. I'm like, we making money. Like, man, bills are paid. Okay, bills are paid. Hold on, we didn't pay that. Like, where the money at? Like, man, I think the bank's stealing money from us.
It definitely felt that way, especially when you have like, all right, maybe I'm not like, all these bigger guys that had like, maybe 30, 40, $50,000 in a week coming in. But like, let's say you got that 10 to 20,000 coming in a week in just revenue. And you're like, okay, when you look at your account on Monday and your account don't reflect that you made 20,000 last week, and you like, what the hell? Hold up.
Right,
Let me reconcile this. Where did every dollar go?
right. And then you go from just say you had a really bad week where you just did 5 grand, of course, zero damage, and then the next week you did 30 grand, and then you got 8 damages. Now you're working harder. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's like, okay, let me give some of it away. Let me make this go away. I mean, it's in our industry, man. The thing of it is it's not like a roofing business or like a concrete company or something like that. I
Mhm.
mean, we're a very, very high risk, man. I mean, I mean, something on a job is going to get scratched. Something in a box is going to get broken. I mean, when somebody unpacks, man, I mean, you're moving, just say if it's a 2 truck job, man, something is wrong. It may be very, 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 very small, but something. If you look somewhere, you can find something wrong.
I got to that point where I just said, you know what? If the guys show up to work today, we're winning. And as long as they don't get no damages on the truck, we're winning.
Yeah.
Claims on a job is just going to happen. I'm not losing sleep anymore over this because
No,
it's
me
it's
neither.
it's going to happen, and it's the inevitable. We're moving thousands of pieces, and then you get the one customer who just said, let's say we moved probably like five, almost like 300 to 500 pieces one job, and the customer just complained about that one piece out of all the 500 pieces. Complain about that one piece. Oh yeah, this one piece got scratched. You know what my response was to that? That was it. And I didn't mean to be rude, but I'm like, so everything else got there successful. you know, and
Right.
and they'll be like, well, that was still important. Lady, did you not know that you had like six guys moving like 500 pieces and
Right.
only one piece got scratched? I call that a win.
Yeah. The problem, man, you run into, man, in this industry too, man, as an owner that's been out on jobs and an owner that's been out on jobs recently, and people that don't know that you're the owner,
Mm-hmm.
buyers are liars, bro. Liars. Especially when you call them out. You really make them feel well. I was telling Clifford earlier, had a customer that called. I answered the phone. Now I don't really answer the phone much. The other night, I just randomly answered. I'm like, dang, why are they calling so late? Let me answer this. Boom. I'm like, guy calling for his father. Oh, my parents are elderly. Oh, it ain't but a bedroom suit. Of course, I go through inventory with him. Bedroom suit, living room suit, and dining room table, 4 chairs. Oh, but it's really big furniture, so you may want to have 3 people. Okay, not a problem. Is that it? Yep. No TVs, no nothing. Nope, nope, nope. No supplies. Nope, 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 nothing. Guys get there, not even packed, and the parents are like, "Oh well, where are the boxes at? What boxes? Oh well, we figured." And the guy just kept talking about he figured. What do you? Why do you keep figuring? So of course I said, luckily, man, that we had 3 people on the job that knew how to pack because all movers don't know how to pack, right?
Nope, nope.
It's like every football player don't know how to play the damn quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, don't keep assuming, I just assumed that there would be boxes on the truck. Well, why would we be riding around with 200 boxes in our truck all times? Just going to be in the way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The guy left. He came back with, he had a huge home, and I would say probably about 50 boxes coming out of a kitchen. Come back with 10 pounds of newsprint. And then gonna lie to me right on the phone, dude. Oh, the guy I talked to, what guy? Oh, somebody within that organization. I said, oh yeah, that organization is me, and I can tell you that. So I sent him the freaking call. Oh, my son must have not said that then. He was just getting ready to lie just for no reason, bro.
Uh, you
You
know,
know,
I think I told you about that situation at one time with a customer. We show up to a customer house and they wanted packing services similar to what you were saying. And they're like, "Oh, did you guys not bring enough packing supplies? No, you didn't book packing services." So they would swear by it till they were blue in the face. And then they're like, "Well, unfortunately, you guys didn't bring any packing supplies to pack and move us on the same day. So what are you going to do to negotiate a price?" Why would I negotiate? What? Like, why would you even think that we're going to negotiate to save you money on something that you didn't ask for? Oh, well, I just assume movers bring packing supplies when they do moving.
quit assuming. That's what I told him. I said, sir, you got to quit assuming. You got to quit assuming about an industry that you're not in.
Oh, hold up, Bill. Our last movers did it though.
Yeah, the last movers, yeah. That's always the number one thing there. It's like, man, why you didn't hire them this time? Oh, they were booked up. I highly doubt it. In January, they're booked up, and you booked out 3 months. They're booked up 3 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, the
I
last
seen
move.
I seen a meme on Facebook the other day where it was a huge rock that was in somebody's basement. And it was like, yeah, our last movers brought it in here with 2 men. So, you get that situation where you're in a house where they have, that treadmill, that huge treadmill, 400 or 500 pounds in the basement. And it was like, yeah, our last movers, they got them down here. And it was like, did you take it apart? No, no, it came in like this. And it was like, even though it was like 10 years ago, they don't remember. And it was like,
No.
miss, either your wall's strong or this don't fit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
I would have looked at a safe, man. I'm sorry, Clifford. Go ahead. Sorry,
no,
not Clifford, but
Oh no,
Dwyght.
you're good.
no,
You're
go
good.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, it was a lag there, so I was talking. It lagged, and you were like, I was talking to you. I'm like, oh, was he talking before me? Sorry.
Nah, no, you good, you good.
Nope.
Finish what you're saying about the safe.
Okay, so a realtor called me. Of course, I'm the guy in the area known. Phil is the guy to get things done, right? No matter what it is. That's why people call me. They know I'm thorough. So guy said, hey, Phil, I got a problem. I'm like, what's going on? We've got a safe down in a basement. It was a basement style house home in Florida. I'm like, really? I'm like, how much does it weigh? He's a realtor, don't know. He's like, sent me a picture of it. He's like, the customer said it's about 200 pounds. I'm like, the damn thing. I'm like, dude, that safe probably weighs about 3 or 4,000 pounds, right? So I said, well, how tall is it? Oh, she said it ain't but 3 feet. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, dude, you can obviously see the thing's got to be anywhere from 5 to 7 feet on the picture. Man, I get there, and once again, well, somebody gave us a quote for $350 for moving it out of here. I said, well, you know what? You should have told me that before I got here. Because for one, this safe is not going back up that staircase. And dude, nothing was, the husband had put the safe in the basement with a damn forklift prior to the house being moved.
No, they don't tell you that part.
Prior to the home being, and it was lowered down with a damn, what's the thing's called? The lull. It was lowered down, and then the home was built around the damn thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So the new buyer didn't want it. So I'm like, well, the people that quoted you to get this out of here, how are they going to get it out? Oh, well, they're going to take it up that staircasing. I said, okay, it's too wide to go up the staircasing. The width, everything is just too big. I mean, so I pull out my tape measure and I'm showing the guy, like, okay, what are they going to do? I said, you know what? Let me show you this. And I took it around the other side. I said, well, okay, which one? Oh, well, the guy said they can put it at a caddy corner.
Yeah, right. They're going to tear your walls up.
I said, bro, it wasn't like inches, bro. I'm talking about like 4 or 5 feet too big.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm showing the guy, and he just what he couldn't. I couldn't convince him, and I'm like, maybe this is a broken tape measure. So guess what I did? I old schooled it on him. I walked it off with my feet, and then off the safe, and then I walked it off with my feet, and then I thought, then he still didn't believe me, and I'm like, damn, maybe my feet damn shrunk or something while I was walking. Damn.
Nah, they need to see it. So hey, you know what? Can you I would love to be here when you call these $350 movers that's gonna move it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no. He's like, well, how much you think it'll cost to get? I said, you gotta tear the damn walls out to get it out of here, buddy. Oh. I said, or you gotta get somebody to come in here with the home was getting remodeled. You probably need to get somebody to come in here, and I know a guy. Trust me, I know a guy that'll come in there with a torch and torch that bitch to death and cut it in half. It's gonna cost you though, a lot of money to get that safe out of here because it's got to come out in pieces. It ain't coming out the way that you think it's coming out. Oh, well, how much you think that's gonna cost? I told him, this is a price you yell out when you definitely don't want to do something. I said, about 8,500.
And I said, nowadays when you just throw out a price.
I said it in my country voice. I said, yeah, man. I think probably gonna cost you about 8,500. He said, 8,500. The other guy said they could $250. They'll get it out of here. I said, wait. I said, God bless them. If they can get, if they've got a damn safe shrinker, I mean,
Hold on, you start thinking you start making up equipment that don't make no damn sense. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We got to get a safe shrinker. That's gonna cost you about $300. So we got to get
Buyers are. I learned. I'm gonna tell you, man. I learned that term of buyers are liars in the car business. Because you get somebody to come in there, man, people will waste your time, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. You get somebody coming in there, they just want to come look at that new Hellcat. It got negative dollars in their damn account. Credit back as hell. Guess what they came there for? To take damn pictures in the damn car. And post on damn Facebook. Look what I'm going to get. Look what I'm going to get. Look what I'm going to get. Ain't got a damn dollar. Get the hell out of here, man.
Can I just test drive that?
And then guess what they'll tell you? What's the favorite word? I'll call you back. Gee, let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my wife. People used to tell me that in the car bill. I'm like, I would tell guys, especially when I seen they were kind of cool guys. I'm like, you can't make no decisions on your own, man. You got to ask your wife. Because when I want something, I'm going to buy that shit. What their wife talking about? Shit. Because she gonna do the same, man. I mean, within reason now. You can't go overboard now, but if you out somewhere looking somewhere and you got to go home and ask your wife why you didn't bring your damn wife, man. If that's who you got to answer to, Shit.
That's what happens when you got the joint accounts.
Man, a joint account of damn night. You should have brought your wife. In other words, you kicking damn tires.
Yeah,
You know
that,
what?
I'll tell you, Phil, if you decide to write a second book called Buyers or Liars and you start putting those quotes down, I'd read it.
You know what? Though I listen to Melissa on the phone sometimes. She's got a sweet little voice and shit. And I can hear guys on the phone. Guys, we're always wanting to make ourselves seem like we got it, right?
Of course.
And that's why women do good in sales, bro. Especially, in person sales. If they looking good and smelling good, our dumb asses, hell yeah. Shit. You can hear the people on the phone. They hear Melissa's sweet little voice on the phone. They're talking and stuff. And she been told them outrageous damn price. And actually before knowing he ain't got no damn money, right? But he got to make it. He's like, yeah, that don't even sound like much. As he checked his account and that bitch is overdrafted. But I can't schedule the job right now because there ain't no roof on my house. But sir, you just said you were moving next week. Yeah, but the way my banking and checking account set up is
it's gonna take 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this credit card, but don't use it right now because I gotta unlock it for fraud.
Yeah,
People, I'm gonna tell you, man. Us guys, man, we fall for it, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. And that's why a lot of businesses, man, they
good morning,
rely
Bruno.
they rely on a female to answer that phone, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. And of course, that's why a lot of times, a lot of women, man, they do so well, like in the car business, bro. This girl, man, I mean, she was a nice looking Russian girl that I used to work with, dude. And man, she used to sell the hell out of cars, bro. And I mean, she would come in there with some skimpy ass stuff on. I'm like, man, take your ass home, man. This is sexual harassment. This is harassment. You in here taking all the customers. Nobody, we came to see her. Like, man, come on, bro. You ain't even she was working here, man.
Her name must have been Candy.
Man. I mean, but you know what, dude? That's just, I mean, use it in business, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, but you know what, dude? You do get women that don't like dealing with women. And my wife don't like dealing with women, bro. You know what I mean? She don't. She don't like working with women. She don't like dealing with women. Nothing. And you get that. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you get those women. They're man haters. You ain't done. You being nice to the woman. You don't send her flowers and every damn thing just for calling, and she still hates you. Man hater. I ain't even
They're
did nothing
real.
to you.
They exist.
Yeah, man. This is real business.
Troy had mentioned he was having a hell of a time with stainless steel fridges. And I don't know. I feel like that's always been an issue, dealing with those damn fridges, especially they either get smudged or they get some type of dent because the way you're moving them, or just moving fridges in general, especially the double door fridges. When you try to move them into a house and then, oh snap, don't scratch the floor. Well, it got to go on wheels so that we could push it into the cubby hole if it's one of those type of houses. Yeah, we had this one customer one time who was just so anal about scratches on the obviously I understand you don't want no scratches on your floor. I 100% agree to that. But when you really looking for them, it makes the job so much more harder because you get the fridge in the house, you get any heavy furniture in the house, you set it where they want it to set. And then we set this one side table, right? It's like one of those side tables that you keep in your house, is like a skinny end table. We set that right where the customer wanted it. All of a sudden, she's like, "I think I put a little scratch on the floor." So she's taking her flashlight, trying to look underneath the side table, like, "Oh, okay, it looks okay, I guess." And then you're like, "What the hell, like, lady? Like, I don't know what, like, are you put runners or brown paper underneath it? But then how are you going to get the brown paper up? It's just like, if you don't just let us do the job."
You gotta put dollars down, man. That's what she want, dollars. That you got to put money down because that's what she's looking for. Kind of like the 5-finger discount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like,
She probably scratched the floor for you while you was there, so she can get a discount.
yeah,
People
like, and then I think
people do this stuff, bro.
her kids were helping us move something one of the sofas around because you put the sofa down right where it needs to go, and then they're like, "Oh, can you move it a couple inches to the left or to the right?" And you like, "I don't want to cause no more damage than I need to if I didn't cause no damage yet." And so then the kids help you move it a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, well, be careful, don't put a scratch on the floor." Lady, I'm about to let you do all of this moving around. We're gonna place it where we place it, you move it, you know. And then, like I said, with the fridges, with the cubby, and you got that island that's just there. So you gotta, carry it in, put it right between the island and the cubby, and slide it back. And they're just like, oh, be careful, don't scratch the floor, lady. There's no other way to get this fridge in that cubby hole.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why that's why fridges got wheels on them, so you can back them up and move them forward.
Mhm. We had a customer one time, bro, not long ago, and a job that I had to go on, and of course, cover your ass is what I teach my guys. So doing the job, I already knew how this guy was. He was already, trying to beat us up on the price and why he got to pay for a mattress bag and why the boxes, why can't we just charge him half price for boxes, yada yada yada, that kind of guy. So we were packing and moving. When I pack, I'll generally prep a room as well. If it, you know what I mean, if that's available to us to do.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite chair that he had in the world that he sits in all the time, right? My favorite chair. So I got ready to move the chair, and it was, freaking broke. I'm like, man, I take pictures of it, even take a video. I took a video of the whole room before I even moved it in the house. So we get to the unload, right? And he comes in. He said, "Phil, we have a problem." And I said, "Well, what's going on?" Come here, and man, he had that chair sitting right there. He said, "Man, this is my favorite chair, Phil, and I sit in this chair all the time." I said, "Oh," and I pulled out my phone and showed. Oh, I didn't know that was broke. I said, "If you sitting in this broke chair every day, you didn't know it was broke, man."
Yeah.
And I just looked at him and walked away. I said, "Dude, you got to be smarter than that, dude. You know what I mean?" I'm like, "Quit playing." I told the guy right there, I said, "Please stop with the games, man." And then guess what he come back and say? "Oh, well, now I see why it took a little bit longer than anticipated because you were too busy taking pictures."
Ah!
Oh yeah. So then guess what I heard? The wife was nice. So they didn't realize I was coming around the garage, and I heard his wife say, "Oh, are they gonna fix that chair?" And guess what he said? He's like, "No, the son of a bitch took a picture of it at the other house." Boy, and listen, I had pictures of everything, bro. I knew what kind of guy he was. So guess what? We getting ready to leave, and guess what he doing? He taking his hand and wiping it on the furniture to see, oh, oh, is that blue stuff going to come off there? I'm like, what blue stuff? Oh, the stuff from the pad. Oh, were those new pads? And I'm like, what do you mean? "Hey, I think maybe some sand got in there." And I'm like, man, get me the hell out of here, man.
I didn't know that they switched it up. Like, so once we closed everything down, and I was trying to sell some mattress bags up to I think up north here to some people, and I think I might have mentioned this, but I didn't know that everybody kind of converted over to the reusable mattress bags. Like, I think it's more like not a bag, but it's more like a
Tarp.
yeah, like
Yeah.
but it's for mattresses.
Yeah.
And I would think that people wouldn't want to use those because of bed bugs and nasty
Right.
stuff. So that's why I was confused when people were like, "Oh, we don't use that. We use this." How many mattresses are you putting in that thing?
Right.
Mhm.
There's a
Because somebody,
company.
go ahead, go
There's
ahead.
a company. There's a company around the corner from here that's what they do. Sorry.
No, no. So I'm I thought that was a thing where people didn't want to put people's stuff in the same thing, you know? Because I could see that one cheap customer, and I don't want to say cheap, but let's say inexpensive customer, that has some stuff that we didn't expect, and if you threw it in a mattress bag, you know, versus like, oh well, hey, I'm going to put it in this bag, and then oh snap, I'm moving a five bedroom house tomorrow. I'm going to put their mattress in that same bag. What the heck? When they start doing that? So
We,
I don't
we,
know.
we
I
sell a
guess
mat
it's
we sell a mattress bag with just about every job. I mean,
yeah.
most people are gonna want a mattress bag, bro. I mean, it's just, you know, we used to hold back. It was I kind of felt like it was shady. We used to hold off and wouldn't send it with the quote immediately to keep the quote down at the beginning, right?
Hmm.
And then like 3 or 4 days prior to the move, like, hey, do you guys need any supplies? But you know what? Then I realized we were missing out on sales
Oh yeah.
because guess what? No, we already picked some up from U-Haul.
Yeah, no,
You
you
know,
can include. I would say include it in your quote and have them make you drop it off your quote. Like, oh yeah, so we include a mattress bag, we include shrink wrap, we include tape or whatever the case is, and basically when the customer is looking at the itemized bills, like, oh yeah, you know what, we got our own mattress bags. Okay, we could take that off, you know, but basically put it in there so that they know that hey, you know what, we're definitely gonna charge. This is essential stuff that our customers need. We used to read this crazy statement letting them know that hey, if your stuff isn't in mattress bags, we're not gonna put them in the truck. If your TV is in the TV box, it definitely can't go in the truck unless you put it in your own car, you know, and basically allow that customer to know that hey, you want to make sure you take care of their stuff. You know, don't have glass in a garbage bag. You know, throwing everything you can in a garbage bag and hope that we move it. And then remember that one situation, Phil, where they had a TV in the garbage bag?
oh yeah, man. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We
Yeah,
hear some strange stuff, buddy.
yeah, we figured if we pack our clothes around the TV in the garbage bag, it should be safe. And you know, you should be able to move that, right?
Right. Oh yeah. You got insurance. Like, yeah, we want to file insurance every day. And we want to deal with a claim every day.
You know,
You know, it's all about how you handle them claims. I mean, a lot of, and I made this mistake. I'm gonna touch on this one time before we go. 2 minutes. Handling them claims, man. If you're trying to handle them in house, you ain't got the money to pay for a company to handle your claims, you know, and you're trying to keep it in house. Being transparent with the customer, and of course, living up to your contract. That means not just on the insurance. That means TV box, mattress bag on mattress. Living, you tell the customer, hey, we live up to our contract. Very
hmm
simple. You know what I mean? We're not going to overcharge you. We're not going to change the hourly rate. We're not going to change stuff, right? It is what it is. This is what you signed, right? So when you do have that issue with damage, you know, it's not as bad, you know, but you still get that customer like, oh, I thought, you know, being that, you know, you guys packed it, you know, it's, you know,
hmm
no, you know, but
Yeah, two things. I would say two things on that is one is make sure you go over valuation with your customers. You know, let them know what it actually is. You know, hey, in New York, hey, unfortunately, we have three options in New York. We had 30 cents per pound, which was option one, which is free, unlimited coverage based off of, you know, whatever got damaged. If your whole household got damaged, everything's going to be appraised at 30 cents per pound, you know. Or we have option two, which was like a $2,500 lump sum in case of total loss, and that was free. And then you had the option three where they could get full value protection, but that's going to come at a cost. And we didn't offer it in house. We would outsource it to relocation insurance or whatever the case is. So it's one of those things where let them know. So if they say, hey, you know what, I really don't have much valuable, I'll go with option one, which is 30 cents per pound. Okay, I'll make sure I make a note of that. So when the guys get there, we're gonna have you sign that you want an option one.
mm,
You know, don't try to flip flop when on the day of the move and tell them guys, oh yeah, my stuff is $10,000. No, because we had this conversation. And then claims companies aren't really that expensive for those that are interested. I think we were using CSI, and they might have been like a couple of $100 a month, and they handled up to like five claims or whatever case they did in packages. So, you know, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, if you don't want to deal with claims and you want to focus on the business where your mind should be focused on as an owner, outsource. You know, let the claims people, let them be your mouthpiece of your company, where they're like, if the customer's yelling and they're hostile or whatever the case is, these people are designed to handle that stuff. You know, because otherwise we're gonna go back and forth. Oh my guys would never do that. Why would they not wrap your stuff? And you know damn well your guys be carrying stuff out the house naked.
Right.
Hey, team,
So,
I got to take off, guys. Got
all right,
another appointment. Have
all right, brother. All right, so we are at the top of the hour,
a great
everyone.
one, guys.
You know, take care. So we will see. Yes, see you side, Troy. So we will see you guys next Saturday. I may not be here, but you know, obviously Phil, he gonna hold it down either way. But we'll see y'all next week. Yeah, take care. All right, y'all.
Hey.